Urgency San Francisco 49ers fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest San Francisco 49ers updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, 49ers fans, today we've got some breaking news that's shaking up the NFL landscape, especially for us who follow the Niners so closely. It's a story that's been bubbling under the surface for a few days now, but it's starting to heat up and could have major implications for our team's future. And honestly, if you're like most 49ers supporters, you're probably sitting on the edge of your seat right now, wondering what's coming next. So, let's dive into it together, and I'll explain everything that's happening, what it could mean, and why it's so exciting for us. Recently, there's been a lot of chatter about potential trade talks involving the San Francisco 49ers, and one team that's been prominently mentioned as a possible partner is the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, I know what you're thinking, Chargers? Why would the 49ers be interested in making a deal with the Chargers? Well, it's all about strategic moves, filling specific needs, and trying to build a team that can not only compete now but also set ourselves up for sustained success. The Chargers, as many of you know, have been a team with a lot of talent, especially on the offensive side, and they're always looking to improve, especially after a season where they fell just short of the playoffs. What makes this potential pairing so interesting is the fact that both teams are looking to strengthen different areas of their roster. The Chargers, for example, have been on the hunt for more consistency at the linebacker position and perhaps a veteran presence in the secondary, while the 49ers are always focused on bolstering their offensive line and adding depth to their skill positions. And if you look at the current state of the Niners, it's clear that they're in win-now mode. With a roster packed with talent led by stars like Nick Bosa, Christian McCaffrey, and George Kittle, the team is aiming for a deep playoff run, and sometimes, it's those key mid-season moves that make all the difference. Now, rumors suggest that a trade involving a specific player from the Chargers could be on the table, possibly someone who can add immediate impact to our team's defense or even help shore up the offensive line. And this isn't just idle speculation. The NFL trade market is heating up as the league approaches the mid-season point, and teams are increasingly motivated to make strategic moves to improve their chances. The timing couldn't be better for the 49ers, who are looking to stay competitive and keep pace with the NFL's best. But what exactly are the details? Well, at this stage, everything is still in the rumor mill, but sources close to the league have indicated that the 49ers have shown interest in acquiring a player from the Chargers, possibly a linebacker or a versatile defender who can contribute immediately. On the other side, the Chargers are reportedly open to discussions, especially if it means acquiring draft picks or players that can help them in other areas. It's a classic NFL chess match, both teams assessing their needs, evaluating their assets, and seeing if a mutually beneficial deal can be struck before the deadline. This potential trade, if it materializes, could be a game-changer for the 49ers. Think about it. Adding a veteran linebacker who's experienced in both pass coverage and run defense could significantly boost our front seven, which has been solid but sometimes inconsistent. Or perhaps a dynamic secondary player who can help contain the league's best receivers. Whatever the case, the goal is clear: strengthen the team, improve depth, and set the stage for a deep playoff push. Now, I want to emphasize how strategic this move could be. Sometimes, fans get caught up in the big-name trades, but often, it's those smaller, well-targeted acquisitions that tip the scales. The 49ers have a history of excellent talent evaluation, and the current coaching staff is known for maximizing player potential. So, if they see a player who fits their scheme and can contribute right away, you can bet they'll make a move. And let's not forget, the NFL trade deadline is always full of surprises. This year, especially, with so many teams in the playoff hunt, every game counts, and every move could be the difference between a deep postseason run or an early exit. For the 49ers, the focus is on building a team that's not just good enough to win a few games, but that's capable of competing at the highest level, winning the Super Bowl. And that's why this potential trade with the Chargers has everyone talking. Now, I'd like to pause here for a second. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. You see, fans, every like, every comment, every share helps us bring you even more in-depth coverage, exclusive updates, and expert analysis. So, if you're enjoying this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're here every day, bringing you the latest and most accurate information about the San Francisco 49ers. Back to the story, what does this all mean for us fans? Well, first, it's an exciting sign that the team's front office is proactive, not just waiting around for things to happen but actively seeking ways to improve the roster. It shows confidence in the current squad, but also a clear understanding that the NFL is a league where every detail counts. The 49ers have a rich history of strategic moves, and this potential trade could be another chapter in that story. Think about the past seasons, how they've built around strong defense, a versatile offense led by a dynamic quarterback, and a coaching staff that constantly adapts. This season, with the team sitting near the top of the NFC standings, every addition could help solidify their position and increase their chances of making a deep playoff run. And let's talk about the players involved. Our current roster boasts stars like Nick Bosa, who's been a force on the defensive line, sacking quarterbacks and disrupting offenses left and right. Then there's Christian McCaffrey, who's been an absolute game-changer since arriving in San Francisco, blending rushing, receiving, and playmaking into a package that defenses simply can't handle. George Kittle, of course, continues to be one of the league's best tight ends, and the offensive line, with its mix of veterans and young talent, is shaping up to be one of the strongest in the NFL. All of this makes the 49ers a formidable team, but as we all know, football is a game of inches, and sometimes, one player or one strategic move can be the difference between a championship and an early exit. Looking at the season so far, the 49ers have been impressive. They have a winning record, a solid defense, and an offense that can explode at any moment. Their schedule is challenging, but they've shown resilience and adaptability. The coaching staff, led by head coach Kyle Shanahan, is renowned for their offensive schemes and ability to maximize player talent. Shanahan's system is highly schemed and relies heavily on versatile players, which makes adding the right piece from the Chargers or elsewhere even more crucial at this point in the season. Furthermore, the NFC is highly competitive this year. Teams like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Lions are all vying for top spots, which means every game and every move counts. The 49ers are in a prime position, but the road to the Super Bowl is never easy. The trade market, the injuries, and the performance of other teams will all influence how far we go. That's why strategic acquisitions, like the potential deal with the Chargers, are so important. These are the moves that can provide that extra edge, that spark needed to push through tough matchups and reach the ultimate goal of hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. Now, as fans, we're naturally eager to see how the story unfolds. Will the trade happen? Who will be involved? How will it impact the team's chemistry and performance moving forward? Those questions are still hanging in the air, but what's certain is that the 49ers are actively exploring all options. The front office is known for their calculated moves, and they've shown time and time again that they're not afraid to make bold decisions if it means elevating the team. And let's not forget the history here. San Francisco has a storied legacy of success, with 6 Super Bowl titles and a reputation as one of the most iconic franchises in NFL history. That legacy is built on smart management, drafting, and sometimes daring trades. The current team is trying to add to that legacy, and if this potential trade with the Chargers comes to fruition, it could be a pivotal moment for the franchise. Imagine the impact of acquiring a player who can immediately contribute to our playoff push, who can bring experience and leadership to the locker room, and who can fit perfectly into Kyle Shanahan's offensive or defensive schemes. Of course, we fans love speculating, and that's what makes this whole process so exciting. Every rumor, every report, every whisper from league insiders is like a piece of a puzzle. And while we wait for official confirmation, it's worth noting that the NFL trade deadline is always unpredictable. Sometimes the biggest moves happen at the last minute, with teams pulling off surprises that no one saw coming. That's part of what makes football so thrilling. Every game, every week, is a new story, and every trade can change the entire landscape. As the season progresses, the 49ers will be closely monitoring the market, evaluating their options, and making decisions that could shape their future. Fans, we know how passionate and dedicated you are, and your support is what drives this team. We've seen the ups and downs, the victories and setbacks, but one thing's for sure, this franchise always finds a way to stay competitive and keep fighting for that elusive Super Bowl ring. So, whether the trade with the Chargers materializes or not, one thing is clear, the 49ers are in a strong position to make a deep playoff run. The talent, the coaching, and the team chemistry are all in place, and with some strategic moves, they could be even better. We're at an exciting crossroads, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. The NFL is unpredictable, and that's what makes it so special. One week, it seems like everything is set, and the next, a big trade or a surprising upset changes the game entirely. That's what makes being a 49ers fan so thrilling, knowing that we're always on the edge of something big, something that could define our season. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the team will pull off the trade with the Chargers? Who do you think they should target? Are you confident that this team can go all the way? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. We're all in this together, and I can't wait to see how the story develops. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Niners!